Show everybody.
Show
everybody.
What's up?
Welcome back. Watch your lips.
Episode 57.
57. I'm Jake Saldati with Jeffrey Cox, Kevin Burns. It's been a minute, boys.
And all of you are back here with us.
It's been a minute, Jeffrey.
Thank you.
It has.
It's been kind of nice. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, we took a little vacation. We've talked about this. Yeah. Podcasters need vacation too.
It's a good mental vacation too, right? That's, for me, it was a good mental vacation.
How so?
Yeah.
Not having to argue with you two every week.
Was it stressing you out?
No, it doesn't stress me out, but you have to think a lot.
Well, I have a very argumentative podcast planned for you, Burns, today. I don't know what it is. But
I can't wait. I'm excited.
Okay, good. Tell us
I'm
where
here
they
for
follow
the
us.
arguments, but
Burns, where can people follow the podcast?
They can follow us on Instagram and Twitter at @watcher_lips, on TikTok at @watcherlips, and if you're listening, you can also watch us on YouTube and like and subscribe. 5 stars on Apple.
iTunes, yes. Yeah, that was very good, Burns.
For the break, I'm
actually impressed.
Very well done.
I've been just practicing and practicing.
Way to go.
Yeah.
But seriously, if you are watching on YouTube, subscribe. And if you're not watching and listening, head over to YouTube and subscribe. And if you're listening, download it, please.
Please.
Dude, we've missed a lot of stuff since we've been away. I think maybe the most important thing was the NFL draft took place.
Yeah. Our boy got snubbed, in my opinion.
I'm with you.
I'll just start right there.
Yep.
Jalen Moreno-Cropper, how does he not get drafted?
Bunch of idiots.
But I think the NFL is going to regret that, and Dallas is really going to like it.
Hey, but you know,
he's going to make that roster, Jake.
Things happen for a reason.
They do.
Who's his team?
Yep.
Yeah.
That doesn't just happen.
No, the stars aligned.
It's meant to be.
Literally.
I mean, he sat here and told us after that if he could pick any team, that's where he'd want to go.
Yeah.
Right. So good for him.
Yeah,
we're excited.
I mean, listen, the draft is an honor. I'm not discrediting that, and it's a stroke of the ego, right? And I'm sure there's money implications, but an opportunity is there now for all the dogs that didn't get drafted.
Absolutely.
When you look at the 3 guys that we had on here, their mentality, their work ethic. Yeah, it's going to be harder that he didn't get drafted, but he's got it in him.
Oh, he's making the roster, 100%.
Yeah, those guys will run through a wall.
But those uphill battles, it's not the first time they've faced those either.
Yep.
So I think they're prepared.
No. And congrats to Pope and Remigio. They're Chiefs.
Woo,
Burns,
my
I'm
team,
sure you like
my
that,
team.
huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do.
For now.
Mims, a Buffalo Bill. And
Yes,
Perales is
Your
a
team.
Steeler.
Yeah.
So
That's a good
congrats
fit
to the
for him.
Dogs.
And then Jake Hainer obviously getting drafted.
In the 4th round.
To the
We've
Saints.
got 2 dogs
Yep.
on the Saints now.
2 quarterbacks.
Yeah, battling for that spot.
How many universities can say that?
I don't
That's
think
a good
any.
point.
I don't think any in the
2
NFL
QBs
have.
on one roster from
Yeah.
the same school?
I mean, I'm sure there's somebody out there, but not of that caliber.
Right.
So
Of those 2,
just, again, I know we're a month behind here. We're talking about something that happened 3 weeks ago, but
this is Watch Your Lips. It doesn't matter when we talk about it.
Yeah.
I mean,
we'll talk as if it just happened.
yeah, our take is better.
Just cut that out of
anyway.
part.
Do you watch all 3 days?
I did, actually. And I did it to see where Moreno-Cropper was going to go. That was what I was most excited about. And then when we got into day 3,
Yeah. We were texting each other.
Yeah,
I remember
all
'cause
of
I was
us
trying
were.
to I'm supposed to be doing work around the house, and I'm like, I catch myself going inside, and my wife's like,
I'm like, he's going to go right here.
What are you doing?
He's going to go
Just
right
give me
here.
a minute.
When how many times did a name pop up that was either Jalen or looked like it? And it was like,
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of like the guy.
I'm just glad he didn't go to the Rams because they needed wide receivers and they passed on him. I think he's in a really good spot in Dallas.
yeah.
The other thing that took place, did the contracts get finalized with Lamar after we recorded?
Yeah.
Because I know we were hitting on that, and then
It happened the day of the draft or day before, and we recorded before
I think it was
that.
day 1.
Yeah, I think
day 1
so.
of the draft is when he got his contract.
So do you have something to say? Because according to you, Lamar was not going to be a Raven. Sorry, I'm getting
Well,
into the
I didn't
argument.
really say that he wasn't going to be a Raven. I said they shouldn't pay him. I still think they shouldn't have paid him the amount of money they did. all these quarterbacks are getting paid. Dude, when you have a guy like Deshaun Watson, and we constantly refer to him, but that was the biggest contract at that point, right? And now it's just following suit, and all these teams are panicking that they're not going to have this elite quarterback, so they got to pay him a tremendous amount of money. Right after that, Jalen Hurts gets his.
He got it before.
Or right before that.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts has been in the league 2 years.
Yeah.
And you're paying him the highest in the NFL. So is it their fault? No. The position they play in is the most valuable in NFL, arguably, right? I still don't feel like Lamar Jackson is worth the amount of money that he's getting. I don't think Jalen Hurts is either. He hasn't proven enough. Okay, yes, you took your team to the playoffs, the Super Bowl, and you lost. Okay? But should you be rewarded after year 2 with the most money in the NFL? I mean, that's what we're coming to. So to your point, Lamar Jackson is way overpaid. Jalen Hurts is way overpaid. And now the pattern has started to where what's going to happen when Joe Burrow asks for his contract?
That's funny you say that. I just saw an article today from Pro Football Talk or whatever, and they were saying he's going to have a team-friendly deal because that's the type of guy he is, which goes back to what you were saying.
But we gave Kyler Murray a lot of shit for wanting more money.
We should.
For more money and still being in that rookie contract, and yet we didn't really say – you just said Hurts doesn't deserve that money. The same situation, still in that early contract, and we didn't fry him like we fried Kyler. I guess because Kyler Murray was not going to play, right? He was like –
yeah.
Like you were going to withdraw yourself from being a part of the org, where that just wasn't the case here. They just said, you know what? We're going to we want to lock you up.
Right.
So now the Cardinals have completely depleted their roster, and they don't have they got a new head coach.
And they got to pay this guy still.
Right.
And
so stupid move.
Yeah.
I think they're paying way too much money, dude. To answer your question, all of them, everybody. Yeah. So why not in Jalen Hurts' situation say, we're going to give half to you now, okay? We'll give you the extras in incentives, but here's your contract in year 3. Okay, it's half of what you're getting now, right? So he's getting, what, 250 or something like that? I don't remember. It's been a while. But let's just say he gets 150 to 180 million, right? And if you're really, in your mind, as the Eagles organization, you're going to pay him 250 million, okay, do it in incentives over the next 3 years. So at the end of your rookie contract, if you wanted 250 million, then earn it. Yeah, and then we'll pay you in salary if you can continuously do this and prove that you're an elitist, then we'll pay you. But they're not doing that because the pressure.
It's the whole Deshaun Watson thing. That set a precedence that we're not going to see incentivized contracts anymore. It's going to be guaranteed money.
Guaranteed money.
Which at the quarterback position.
But I hope you're right and Joe Burrow does what Tom Brady did, because as much as I don't like Tom Brady, he always did it for the team.
Yep.
And
he wanted to win. He wanted to win.
And they won.
And $25 million is not a lot of money.
Right.
Exactly.
When they cited Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady as team-friendly deals.
Like, dude, how much money do you need?
And I kind of look at the Packers situation where I think in my head, like, did they want to take care of Aaron Rodgers, or did they have to? And like, did they want to keep Devontae? Like, I would have were they weighing one or the other? And like, well, we've had him longer, and he's our guy and our franchise QB. Like, we can't do that to him. But I don't want to lose Devontae Adams.
Or did they play it right? Here's the other thing:
they lost them both.
Or did they play it right? Okay, they gave him all this money. Now you got to pay New York Jets. You've got to inherit this contract. Now you, Las Vegas Raiders, have to inherit this contract because. Well, regardless of any argument's sake, we built these guys. They're Green Bay Packers.
But was Devontae a free agent or no? He had one more year.
I thought he had a year left.
He might have had a year on that deal. And they got some draft picks out of it, right?
Yeah, they did. And they have a possible first-round draft pick next year or second round, depending on how much.
And their guys, Love's finally going to get a go.
You have to, at some point in the organization, see, okay, is Jordan Love what we think he is, why we drafted him.
Yeah, because they're going to have to go after the draft and find another one if he's not.
Exactly.
I hope he is. They did draft another.
Hey, he's
QB.
Central Valley kid, so I hope he does well.
They drafted I'll have to look it up. I can't remember the QB, but they did. But yeah, I'm looking forward to Jordan Love. Yeah, it sucks. Aaron Rodgers gave the Green Bay Packers a long time of winning, whether it was Super Bowls, regular season, playoffs. It was fun to watch.
He had some MVP seasons there.
Yeah, exactly. He
also,
like it's bittersweet because you know that his time's coming to the end. As a fan, it is, and you want to see what's coming next. But like he's him and Favre are what I know as Packers quarterbacks.
Traitors.
Well, they're doing.
They both went to the Jets.
Yeah, yeah. So for you, really,
so he's going to go to the Vikings now.
Yeah, exactly.
The Vikings.
The Vikings. No, I'm not heard about him leaving though. I am excited to see what Jordan Love can do.
A quick baseball.
And
You're not heard about Aaron Rodgers leaving?
No, good for him. Like, go win, go beat the Dolphins. I'm a fan of the Packers. I'm not a fan of. I like
players?
the Rodgers. I am,
and the Chiefs.
I like the Chiefs too, but I like.
Is there
the
anybody
Packers
else?
More. No,
while
just
we're
those,
at it?
just
I
those
mean,
two.
might as well get them all out.
I used to not care about the Dolphins. I hate the Dolphins.
Okay, good, because we hate you too.
I wanted to bring
I'm
up
part of them.
The Jets.
Fresno State Bulldog baseball. For those that listen, they are going to make the Mountain West tournament.
Congrats.
Hosting as well. So we'll be at Fresno State at Biden Field, Bennett Stadium, the B&B, if you will.
Shout out to Ovi, man. Great job coming in with the interim tag. I mean, he's just getting it's got to be so difficult this season, and what he's put together and put on the field the last couple of weeks is awesome.
Yeah, it's been.
I mean, I go to the games. I've got season tickets.
And hot at the right time.
It's fun to watch.
There was a guy on Friday night in the stands that Ovi may need to look into bringing on the roster, and that was my brother. He made a one-handed catch with his right hand, and in his left hand he had a beer and didn't spill a drop.
Okay,
I got called out.
All right, Nick Burns.
Got the clip.
Shout out Nick
I'm going
Burns.
to post it. You will see it. It's right here below.
The 0-2 fastball fouled off left side, out of play. And how about that bare hand grab by a fan holding a beer in his left hand and now palming a baseball in the right? That's what I'm talking about.
Okay,
Nick Burns.
Attaboy.
Attaboy.
Yeah.
But no, let's go fill up the ballpark.
yes, let's.
And support the dogs. I've had a fun time watching them. I'm excited. I'm excited for Obi, the staff.
Let's keep him on.
Yes.
Okay,
100%.
I mean, let's 100% keep this guy on. Let him do his thing. Give him a few years. Bulldog born, bulldog bred. If we're going to say those things, then let's go ahead and do it.
Live it.
Yeah.
You got to live
We've
it.
got it on the football side.
Exactly. But I mean, we've got somebody that knows the system. He knows the valley. He knows the players. You know, he knows what it takes to win. He's been part of it. Let him build something.
Yeah. I agree.
I mean, these are big shoes to fill, dude.
Yeah.
Biden, Bennett, Batesel,
yeah.
Ovi.
Yeah.
The triple B's.
No, I just
BBDO.
I wanted to get that out there. I don't know how many of our people
Yeah, I'm glad you brought it up because
go to the Dogs
Go
games.
Dogs.
Or we got a lot of dog supporters in here. But if you are in the Fresno area, it's next week. I think
25th through the 28th.
Yeah, Thursday through Sunday if necessary. So
We'll know the seeds
probably
Sunday.
Yeah,
right?
Sunday,
or Monday.
after the rest of the regular season closes. Again, game times I think are scheduled for 1:30 p.m. and 6 p.m. Every single day. So again, stay tuned for all that stuff. But we need to go. So they are in. It's a done deal. Support the dogs. Let's go into Mountain West and get into the round of 64.
Yeah.
Wonder dogs.
Jeff,
Squared.
what do you got? What do you got? I know you have some interesting
I do.
things lined up for the program today.
Well, I mean, this time last year, I think we just jump into it. I thought we'd do either the AFC or NFC predictions. It's early. This is why we do it, so we can change it later when we need to,
see
right?
How dumb we look then.
But let's just go through your predictions. Top 7 teams making the playoffs, division winners. What say you? AFC
Both
West.
Oh, AFC West. The Chiefs.
The Chiefs.
The Chiefs. Okay. All right. How about the East? Bills, Dolphins, Jets, Pats.
That's a tough
Bernsey.
one. Bills.
This is the Bills.
I'm also the Bills. And I'll tell you why. The Dolphins' schedule is the 5th toughest in the NFL.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's really tough.
Because of their division, obviously?
Well, their division and their non-conference games are tough. But they're going to make the playoffs, Bernsey.
I think so. It was a debate between Bills and Dolphins for me.
All right, how about the South? We've got the Jags, the Titans, the Colts, and the Texans.
I'm going to go the Jags.
Jags.
This isn't that fun. Jags.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. In the North, I go Bengals since I picked last.
I'm going to say Baltimore.
Whew.
Well, let's mix it up. Steelers.
Wow.
Yeah, I'll go on a...
Kenny Pickett?
Yeah.
Explain for a minute until we move on. Why?
Because they're the only other formidable team in that division.
Spit it out, Burns.
So you don't like the Browns this year?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right. Wild cards. 3 wild card teams.
This is where we'll probably not agree. 3 wild card teams.
Pick one.
Dolphins.
Okay, the easy one.
Easy.
All right.
Yeah.
I picked them as well.
Yeah. Broncos.
Jets.
Interesting. That's going to lead into calm your lips later. I like that.
New coach.
Jets.
Jets. Also Jets.
The Juggernaut is hopefully back, ready to go.
That's my boy.
Chargers.
It's going to be.
We have the same wild card teams.
Do we
Bernsey.
really?
We do.
I mean, when you're right, you're right.
You know, I mean, the Browns maybe.
Ooh. Jake,
Maybe.
this
That
is
could
early,
be.
and you are going way out on that limb.
Hey,
you might need us to put a trampoline down for you. Okay,
I'm gonna go take a nap.
You're gonna fall.
It's hot in here, Jeff. It's
I
hot
understand.
in
I
here.
understand.
Have a heat stroke.
All right, so I got Chiefs, Bills, Jags, Bengals, Dolphins, Chargers, Jets, and you had the only difference was the Steelers, correct?
Yeah.
And you got the Broncos and the Browns. And who was the other
And
one?
Ravens.
Ravens, maybe. Oh, no, that was my division, though. I picked the Ravens to win the North.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the Bengals division, but
All right, well, I think it is too.
go Steelers.
But listen, it was so last year, Bengals 12-4, Ravens 10-7, and they didn't have Lamar for a few weeks nor a running game most of the season.
Nor wide receivers.
So I mean, you're talking about 2 games really, and and the Ravens, you know,
that may be another really challenging division.
I'm not arguing it. They were on the bubble for
so just
a wild card
your
team.
Lips a little bit.
That's where we're going.
Okay.
Okay.
Not where we've been.
To calm your lips.
What about the truth though? Because you did mention earlier on the phone today, and I just want to make sure our good friend Jeff Wright hears it.
Oh yeah, Mac Jones.
Can we officially say
Jeff Wright, corn dog, is not the truth. I was right.
Move on.
You were wrong.
We just wanted to get that out.
Well, he had to get
not the truth.
I was right in there, you know.
Yeah, not the truth. We love you though, buddy. But okay, calm your lips.
Go ahead.
I've got a few for you guys. A long list. Rodgers makes the Jets a Super Bowl contender.
Well, I wouldn't say Rodgers alone, but I think that there's a chance for them.
Well, he was the missing piece that everybody's talking about, right?
But they brought in other pieces, right?
Yeah, they had a great draft.
Yeah, and they brought in wide receivers. Yeah, I think I'm not calming your lips on that.
So you think he can?
Yeah.
Him
alone.
The addition of Aaron Rodgers makes them a Super Bowl contender.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
No way. No way. Not just because he's a Jet.
Calm your lips.
Unless he goes back to MVP form, which I don't think he's going to do, they could. But the defense is really, really good. That's the only thing that would get them, to me, to get into the Super Bowl is the defense. It's not going to be Aaron Rodgers. If they get to the Super Bowl, it's going to be because their defense played at a very high level all year long. So
what
no.
say you, Jacob? Seems like you have a rebut.
Well, he didn't say calm your lips for one, but
Calm your lips.
I mean, he was an MVP before
2 years
last
ago.
season, and last season he didn't have his best wideout or half his receiving core for a while. I mean, that may be why he was in MVP form. I am a Rodgers supporter, so it may sound biased, probably is a little bit. and making excuses, but I feel like he'd have been an MVP candidate probably if he had who he's had.
Okay, that's fair. I'm going to stick on the other side of
I'm not trying to convince you or,
no,
or
I'm going
change
to
your
stick
mind.
on the other side of the fence.
Just rebutting to your comment of
is that
MVP caliber.
Tom Brady has since retired. We kind of put them in the same category last year that they've lost a step. He still has. He lost the step last year. I don't think it's.
I don't think I ever put him in that category.
You know what I love though is when we start questioning it, he just keeps talking.
Garrett,
Eddie said,
okay,
yeah,
you guys like the Jets.
I didn't say that.
I figured you guys would respond this way. So
you said Aaron Rodgers. We were
the
Jets.
Yeah, now it's
the Jets.
Now it's Garrett Wilson, who's also a Jet.
Yes, he is.
Has 15 TDs and 1,500 receiving yards.
Calm your lips.
What did the top receiver in the NFL have last year?
I think Devontae had
Justin Jefferson led the league in receiving yards.
I think Devontae, that was like Devontae's numbers. He had like 10 plus touchdowns and 1,500 yards or something like that.
15 TDs, 1,500 yards.
Calm your lips.
Okay, so who's going to catch all these that you guys think is going to put him into MVP form?
You got Randall Cobb. You got Alan Lazard. You know, those are his guys.
All right, moving on.
And a running back.
Calm your lips. Garrett Wilson's really good.
And if their defense is so good, as you say, they don't need to score a lot of points.
Agreed. They're going to win some tight games.
I mean, look who they play, for shit's sake.
The worst teams in the
Bills.
league.
Right
Bunch
away.
of ambulance chasers.
0-1. So Garrett Wilson is not. He may do one or the other. He's not doing both.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, that wasn't the question, dickhead.
Has 15 TDs and 1,500 receiving yards. Yes, it is. Calm your lips.
Yeah,
he may do one.
Well,
He's
yeah,
not
I
gonna do
agree. He
both.
might do one, but
you guys said he could do both.
we said he couldn't. Calm your lips.
All right. I'm back.
It's been a while.
Well, let's stay in that. Let's stay in the Jets to the Vikings. We're going to go to the Vikings now. Justin Jefferson becomes the first player in over a decade to lead the NFL in receiving yards in back-to-back seasons.
You want me
Justin
this is a calm your lips?
Jefferson.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. First player in over a decade, back-to-back seasons, leads the league in receiving yards.
I'll say, yeah. I'll agree with that.
100%. 100%.
Jamar Chase, maybe if he's healthy all year.
Possibly, yeah. The Lions haven't won a playoff game since 1991. That's a long-ass time, dude, to not win a playoff game.
They're going to win too.
I agree. Okay, so not only...
Oh, shut up, Burns. What do you... Why?
Hey, I called this last year, so I was 1 year late, and they almost made playoffs last year.
What's the
question
so did
is,
the Packers.
The Lions win their first playoff game since 1991 and win the NFC North title. They win their division as well.
The look on my face is because I feel like that is a high probability for them, and I don't like it.
I don't want to say calm your lips to that.
I don't either.
I think they're going to. I think they're going to do both.
The Vikings, who knows what they're... Go ahead.
All right. The Raiders.
Oh, God.
Finish with the worst record in the NFL.
Yes.
Really? Of all teams?
Yes.
Jake?
Out of all teams?
Yes. Who's going to be worse?
Okay, calm your lips, Burns.
The Colts, maybe?
Oh, no.
The Texans, maybe?
Texans, I think they'll be okay this year. Not good, but they'll...
With a rookie quarterback? So you think that's going to be better than...
Burns, do you think it's a high probability or it's 100%?
And Devontae and the rest of that team?
I did forget that they have Jimmy G for a second, but I'm going to stick with it.
You went bowling today, didn't you?
I'm going to stick with it. Jimmy Gatto. Yeah, no, they're going to suck.
Yeah, they are going to suck.
Not the worst in football, no.
They're going to be
I don't believe they will either.
No.
They're going to be very, very close.
They had a better quarterback last year, and they were terrible.
Yeah. Okay. I like this one. Panthers are the sleeper team to make the playoffs this year.
I mean, what they did at the end without a real quarterback, right? They won like 3 or 4. We've got Mosby on there.
Shout out Mosby.
I like it. I'm saying yes. Sleeper.
I agree.
You guys put me on the spot. Mosby, I love you, bro. I love
Bryce
you.
Young.
Hey, ride or die.
They're going to make it.
You ride or die, dude.
They're going to make it. It's my question.
Well,
it's my question.
Do you think they're going to make the playoffs?
You questioned yourself there, though.
I know, because it's tough. That division, I think, is going to be a very different division this year.
Well,
I think Tampa Bay is going to be on the bottom end.
I think kind of flips. I think
you got New Orleans, you got Atlanta with some young talent.
Yeah.
I like all three of those top teams, but I think the Panthers do make it. Watson proves all the critics wrong, throws over 4,000 yards, and gets a playoff berth.
Calm your lips. I don't think he's thrown over 4,000 yards.
he might do one, not both.
Calm your lips. Gonna do
He's
one.
not doing either.
Calm your.
I think that,
Okay? And it's not my hate for the Browns, because I really don't give a shit about Browns.
The problem here's the thing, though. He has to, right, Burns? Because if you go to Cleveland to die, you can't. If you make the playoffs, you've proved
I'm not
that
gonna,
wrong.
I'm not going to lie to you guys.
So you can never pick the Browns ever.
No,
forever.
I won't.
I'm just saying you can never root for them.
I won't. But I'm not going to lie to you guys. When we were watching the draft, and it said needs wide receiver, and Cropper hadn't went yet, I was like, fuck, please no. Please no. Go anywhere else. But I mean, I wanted it for him, but I'm like, please not the Browns.
Right.
Just anybody but the Browns. Falcons rookie Robinson finishes in the top 5 in rushing yards.
Bijan? Top 5
in the NFL?
Yes. And in fantasy. Put both.
So like the top 5 running back.
I am confident enough. I've watched him. He will finish in the top 5. And you boys better draft him early if you're listening.
I'm going to say calm your lips.
Okay.
But only because I wonder, are they going to? Well, who else
they
do they
have?
have?
Rookie quarterback.
I'm
right?
telling you, the NFL now, it's that rookie running back that comes in. Look at Juggernaut. Look what Breece Hall was doing before
They both got
he went
hurt.
down. Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah.
Like
He got
he's
hurt.
He's it.
They all got hurt.
They're all gonna get hurt.
So that's
every
what I'm
running
saying.
back gets hurt.
Either they're going to abuse him,
Derrick Henry got hurt.
or they're going to slow his. Like they're going to keep him from getting hurt.
Oh, they're gonna abuse him.
So it's one or
gonna
the
have a
other.
monster
So if
season.
he gets hurt, then
But
no.
they've got some wide receivers.
Top
and
5, I'll
tight
say
end.
calm your lips.
Yeah, I'll say calm your lips.
I'll say calm your lips. Top
Okay,
5.
I say he does.
Okay,
I
well.
say he does. The Patriots have the worst season ever under Bill Belichick this year.
What is his worst season prior to this year?
That's a good question.
I think he had 7 wins. He's gonna have 5 this year.
Yeah, I don't mind agreeing with you on that.
Yeah, I'll agree because that division and
They
then,
suck.
Yeah.
His worst season ever is what you're saying?
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
terrible. They're going to be terrible.
Well, wasn't he a coach for a different team and they were terrible or no?
Next question.
Bryce Young is a flop.
Next. I calm your lips. I don't think he'll be a flop.
You think he'll be above average?
Are you
To
saying
start,
year
I don't know.
one? Or are you saying
Yeah,
his
he's going to
career?
start.
No. But are you saying for this year he'll be a flop or he'll be a flop in
Is
the
he going to
NFL?
be okay? Let me put it in a different way. I don't think he's going to be a Ryan Leaf. Okay,
Okay.
so he's not going to be a one-hit wonder, great in college, and then absolutely tanks
Burglarizing
NFL.
homes and stuff.
But I don't think he's not going to be in the elite category.
So is that flopping
Anytime
because
soon.
you're number one pick?
Well, I mean
So is Baker. Baker's a flop.
I would think so.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm asking.
That's
Yeah.
okay.
That's
So
a-
that's
yeah,
a
that's
that's a
what I'm
great way of putting it. So is he going to be a Baker
opinion.
Mayfield-esque quarterback in the NFL, or is he going to be better than that?
He'll be better. I think he will. Because he seems like another kid that has that mentality that he's going to go out and outwork everybody, and he plays the game hard, and I think he'll get there. I don't know if he'll be elite, but he's
Kirk Cousins, Derek Carr. Is
Like,
he going
will
to
he
be
be-
Geno Smith?
will he be like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that more what you think he'll be, or
Probably.
or is he going to be a Mahomes, Josh Allen,
No.
Joe Burrow, Jalen Hurts?
Middle, not Baker Mayfield, not all
Okay.
of these other guys, but middle of the pack. That's what. So is that a flop though? Because you spent a number 1 draft pick on him. You expect
They're going to
him
spend
be Patrick
$250 million in 5
Yeah.
years to keep him.
So
So
I think that
is it
if
a
you-
flop or not?
I think it's a. that decision is made after a couple seasons.
Yeah.
Like, I think Justin Fields was trending that way until all of a sudden he just figured out I can play here and went off the last 8-9 games of the season and went from being like a guy that was awful and you would say as a flop to, I don't know, top 10 worthy talk.
Yeah.
I'm just saying he played really well.
Yep.
Carried his team. So I think year 2 we'll know a little bit more to make that assumption.
I don't think he's a flop. I think he's got an elite decision maker. His size is worrisome. Not only, that's just everybody's been saying that. We'll see how it translates.
Is he Drew Brees or is he Kyler Murray?
Yeah.
They're both tiny dudes.
Right. Good point. All right. And then the last, I've got 2 more. The Panthers and Texans, kind of leading into this, both got it wrong in pick 1 and pick 2. So Bryce Young, CJ Stroud, I feel like there was a better option out there, personally. Do you guys feel like that's who should have went 1 and 2?
I mean, yeah, any 4 of those quarterbacks that, Levis or whatever didn't go to the second round, but any of them going 1 and 2, yeah, I was okay with it. Richardson, I think Levis should have gone there, but
I would go with Richardson.
Number 1?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Why? Because he's a Gator?
He's a monster. He's a monster. He's fast. He's got a cannon. He's good decision making.
Mahomes,
he can run. Yeah. I don't know if he'll be. We'll see.
Yeah.
But I mean, just the intangibles that he has, to me, over those 2 guys, are way better.
So you're saying
he didn't have. Yeah.
What say you, Jacob?
I don't really care.
Do you think Levis should have gone?
No, I just wanted to see what girl was going to be sitting on his lap after the next pick. What dress she was wearing, what color hair she had on.
Levis?
Yeah, they just kept going to the camera.
Oh gosh!
Did you see his mom? How pissed she was.
I mean, whatever. When she hot?
Dude, how?
No, his mom.
Was she hot? Way to work it.
I'm just saying. I was the other 2 I saw were pretty hot, and I was like, well, which one's is this? A sister? Is this girlfriend? Girlfriend's
mom.
Is she hot?
I don't know.
That's all I did.
Whose dad grabbed
his? No,
it wasn't.
No,
his.
it was. I remember.
Grabbed his girlfriend's ass, right?
Shit,
really?
Slapped
her on the ass, or
gave her a little
pick me up.
Yeah,
little dip.
Did a trumper?
Little, he wasn't sniffing hair. little Biden or.
I forgot who it was, but that I remember. Sounds funny. Yeah.
And then the last one you've answered already, but you think the Broncos are back in the playoffs. I think the Broncos are going to be relevant, but barely miss the playoffs. So the question was, do the Broncos, they're back, do they barely miss the playoffs, or do they get in?
So there's no calm your lips here.
No, it's
just one or the other?
Yeah.
Okay. I think that they miss.
Okay, Broncos are back, barely missed the playoffs.
Wait, what?
Broncos are back. They barely missed the playoffs.
I mean, but if they're back, yeah.
The Lions are back.
No, well, yeah.
They barely missed the playoffs.
Yeah, but you wouldn't have said.
Are they a Lions type team this coming year? Do you see the Broncos at like a Lions type team from last year, this year?
No.
Okay, Jake does. I don't either. I don't think the Broncos are going to be very good.
I hope think Wilson is good because I've said it over and over. I think
you don't think they'll win 7-8 games?
Yeah, they might, but I don't think they'll.
The Lions won nine games.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
they win 9 and 8. I don't think they win 9. Not in their division, though.
Okay.
Next, they beat the Raiders twice.
Yeah, well,
the Raiders.
What else you got cooking?
That's it on the lips. Like on your lips.
All right. Well, I'll go ahead and we were having an interesting discussion. There's a couple ways to go with this. I don't know how it was brought up by Kevin Burns. I don't know if you want to ask it, but you sent us a picture.
Yes.
Go ahead. You take the floor.
So the picture that I took said, would you rather take the number 1 draft pick or number 1 free agent in football? I think a caveat to that is non-QB. Like with the QB, let's just throw it out there like that. Number 1 draft pick or number 1.
Are you?
Who's my quarterback?
Or do you have a salary cap? Like, to me, there's a lot of things that would go into that.
Let's just, from a plain perspective, would you rather have a rookie number 1 draft pick or a veteran free agent? Number 1 free agent.
Or the number 1 pick.
Yeah.
Just clean slate. There's
slate.
no salary cap. There's no nothing. You're just
you're just asking play wise. Let's say you're the Jets because that's who we brought up, and you think you have a team to go to the Super Bowl this year, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's kind of the common mentality amongst everybody. Would you take Aaron Rodgers or a number 1 draft pick?
I would have taken the number 1 draft pick this year.
Even if you're the Jets?
Because I'm the Jets and I'm so young, I would have surrounded him with that young talent. And even if I don't win this year, I know that I'm going to win the next 3 or 4 years.
But didn't the Jets just do that? And it didn't work out very well, did it?
It blew up in their face pretty bad.
Zach Wilson.
Yeah.
He wasn't the number 1 pick.
He was their number 1
He was their
pick.
first pick.
He was their first pick.
Well,
you
that's what
said the
you're
number 1 overall pick. So
everybody
Bryce
in the
Young,
first round that's their first pick.
But I would have Bryce Young, Stroud, or Richardson this year. To me,
And
they're
you would
all
take
better
them
than
over-
Wilson.
You take all
You would
those
take
over
them
Aaron Rodgers?
No, I take all of them
So
over
then-
Zach Wilson.
Well, yeah,
But it doesn't matter. Aaron Rodgers, they're all
Okay.
competing against Aaron Rodgers. So is Zach Wilson.
Let's get in the weeds on this. You brought up the Jets. That they have the youngest average roster in the NFL. So I would surround them with the best possible quarterback, in my opinion, if I'm sitting at the round table, to win long term. Not put the Band-Aid on it.
But
and
you don't know who
win
that is.
1 year or 2 years.
You're guessing.
Everything is.
So the best,
every now
the
and then
best
you get
would
a
have
Josh
been Aaron
Allen.
Rodgers, who's already been there, done it.
Okay, but here's what you
Why
got to
don't you
understand.
surround that youth with somebody that's been through the league,
Fair
just
enough.
like
They
when
can
he got
lead.
in and had Favre to mentor him.
Fair enough. But here's what I'm saying is there was a Patrick Mahomes that came along. There was a Josh Allen that came
But
along.
who'd he play behind?
There is a Joe Burrow that came along. There's a Lamar Jackson that came along. You guys like Lamar. We're throwing him in there. Okay? Is one of these guys in that category?
Yeah.
So if they are, as the Jets, that's who I'm taking. I'm picking that guy.
Yeah, that makes
In my
sense.
opinion, it would be Richardson.
I get what you're saying.
So I would surround that team that's young,
Yeah.
keep my salary cap down, and I would take the number 1 pick.
I get that, but if you're a team that thinks we're going to the Super Bowl, you're going to, at your most important position, you're going to want a guy that has experience. If you can go out and get him, you're going to want an Aaron Rodgers.
I'm not. I would
guys.
always want an Aaron Rodgers. That is not
that's-
the
but
argument.
Not always.
Well, but
No, that's not the argument.
It is because he was the number 1 free agent and the number 1 draft pick this year, so it's actually pretty relevant. Or one of the top. He was the quarterback number 1. He wasn't a free agent, but number 1 pick.
He also comes with a lot of baggage and a lot of money tied to him.
He does.
So I don't know. There were a lot of teams. Basically, he dictated his route to the Jets.
Yeah.
Like he basically scratched the board on everybody else and said he's not going anywhere. He's either going to New York or he's not going to play.
Would
Sounds
you have
like a
taken
leader.
him in Miami? If the idea is to win now, like every team, while they may
That's tough, man, because I probably would. In Miami, I would probably take him there. I would take him in Pittsburgh.
So would you take a draft
like
pick?
a young? I'm saying they have young quarterbacks that are. Hang on, they have young quarterbacks that are capable already, right? Tua, Kenny Pickett. Like, yes, if he could go to a team like that and groom them, like you were saying, right, and
I don't
do a
think-
Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, if he could play 2 years and Tua could get healthy, yeah, I would take him in Miami.
Honestly, didn't
I'm not-
Mahomes play behind Alex Smith too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Lamar behind Joe Flacco.
Right.
Well,
Hey,
Okay,
Super
I
Bowl
mean,
winner.
bro.
Won a Super Bowl.
bro,
Josh Allen behind
Both of
nobody.
them.
More than 2.
I don't know about both of them.
With that I don't think that playing behind Aaron Rodgers is going to give anybody any benefit because of who he is. And
Burns, they don't have to pay these guys.
I think
yet.
the other question that to this question about wanting a free agent or the first pick
It depends on your situation.
Is Aaron Rodgers? Well, that's a hard one because he's been around and established and has been successful
On a downward trend.
For most positions, how many times have they been free agents? Is it their first time in free agency? They're relatively young. I'd go after that over the first pick.
Yeah.
If it's a guy that's in year 12 and is a free agent,
all right,
I'm probably going for my first pick.
Well, let me put it to you a little bit different because this could have happened or still can happen is Derrick Henry and Dalvin Cook go into free agency. Now is Aaron Rodgers the best free agent?
Well, he was when it happened, yes.
So if you're Carolina, right, who would you take? Aaron Rodgers, Derrick Henry, or Dalvin Cook?
Well, I don't know.
You just got Miles Sanders.
I don't know
as your running back. So
yeah,
you still had the first round pick, right?
Yes.
In that case, the best free agent.
So are you asking why Carolina didn't go after Rodgers?
Yeah.
I don't think Rodgers.
If he was the best free agent,
well,
they had the strategy I have.
But you just said that he dictated that whole process.
That's what the media pushed, and it sounded like he was doing the same thing on the
yeah, I
Pat
agree.
McAfee show.
I agree. So what I'm saying is Carolina didn't go after him because
where did New York? Where did the Jets draft? Do you remember?
They were right on the end of the
so they didn't have a shot
mark,
like Carolina did early.
Correct.
So their best option was we got to move on from Wilson. This is a deal we can make happen with Rodgers. That was what they needed to do for the time. Mm-hmm. Now in Carolina's position, again, it's depending on what we're talking about. I might do what Carolina did.
Or do you trade?
Because the Jets are risking then at like losing the deal, knowing they can't trade up to get one of these top 4 quarterbacks. I guess they could have gotten Levis if they really liked him.
Which, I mean,
well, there's a reason everybody passed on him in the first round, Jeff.
I don't know, dude. I think they made a mistake. They passed on Aaron Rodgers, too.
30 teams made a mistake?
Yeah.
32 teams? 32 teams?
Yeah.
32 teams. I was doing the math.
Yeah.
Well, look at Derek Carr. He dropped. He was probably
Lamar Jackson.
Aaron
Rodgers.
Mahomes, he didn't go first round, did he? He went second.
So,
yeah.
I think Levis is a stud.
Mr. Irrelevant.
I don't know enough.
I would have loved for the Dolphins to draft him.
Yeah.
To say whether or not, I'm just throwing it out there.
But in general, I think it all depends on the situation that you're in.
Yeah, that's a hard question to just answer.
Yeah, it's situational. Like in the Jets case, I don't think I would spend $50 million a year if I could trade up and get a Bryce Young, a CJ Stroud, a Levis, or a Richardson.
Yeah.
If they could have traded up, I mean.
Well, so do you think that the NFL, some of the teams still have that old mentality of, which the Jets don't because they started Wilson his rookie year? Was he a starter?
Zach Wilson? Flacco first.
Yeah, I think he came in after. Yeah.
So maybe they have that mentality of like not bringing in a rookie and starting him, or some of that could go on too. I think that you in that situation you go with the proven guy, especially if you think you're going to win now. Like it's not guaranteed that you're going to keep the same roster, especially if they are young. They're going to go into free agency. If you can get that roster right now dialed and have a leader to dial them in and win games, I'm going that route. I'm not taking a risk because it is risky. Look at how many flops we've seen in the draft.
I mean, it's also risky to give up draft picks, though. Too.
It's absolutely.
You gotta again. The situation would determine.
It's risky to spend $50 million a year on a guy that's been in the league.
But that's not the player's fault. that's the org's fault. So,
but I'm saying that's the other risk.
Is are the Packers paying any of that, or is it all Jets?
I don't know what the details are.
Yeah, I
don't know what he's owed, but
I think that they made.
It's a good question. I think in general, if you're just asking just to ask, and all this other shit mumbo, I would say I would take in the free agent over the rookie or the first round pick. In most cases, that's what I'm going to do.
Would you take Bijan Robinson, is that his last name, over a Derrick Henry or Dalvin Cook?
Yes.
But then running back, it's a different position, right? Because their longevity is not.
I would take Justin Jefferson over every single receiver in this draft. I would take Jamar Chase over every single receiver in this draft. Quarterback and running back are they're too critical to your roster. Receivers to me are interchangeable, you've got a lot of guys in the middle of the pack, right? That are 1,200 to 1,300 yard guys that are going to get you 8 to 10 touchdowns. So you can get the productivity out of a lot of those guys, where a Bijan Robinson, I think, comes around, every so often.
Right. And he's young, doesn't have the miles.
Juggernaut.
Squared.
Remember him.
Interesting question. I like it. And I had one more, and we kind of discussed this a little bit amongst ourselves earlier. Devontae was quoted yesterday he had an interesting quote, and I'm assuming it had implications towards Aaron Rodgers as his quarterback.
Well, he came out and said it.
Yeah. He said, a quarterback doesn't make me, I make me. You can erase all the numbers. You can just write in, he didn't need Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
I agree. I think that he should do that. But he needs another year with a different quarterback, because he had Derek Carr last year, who knew him really well on a really crappy team, and he still put up numbers. And if we're going to go into, he's a me, he's proven he's not.
This is a very interesting question to me, because it's, when I think about it, and I'm not comparing these guys, okay? I think about Montana and Rice, because, they were together for so long. Like, they had a long tenure together, just like Rodgers and Adams did. Is Montana as good without Rice? Is Rice as good without Montana? No, I don't think they are. Are they both elite? Yes, dude. They're amazing. But they needed each other to complement. So I don't think Aaron Rodgers necessarily made Davante Adams.
No.
But I don't think Davante Adams made Aaron Rodgers either.
No.
So,
Rodgers won a Super Bowl without Davante Adams. So.
Correct.
Well, and I think that's probably why he's feeling that pressure of everybody saying,
but do you think Jordy Nelson would say the same thing?
But Jordy Nelson, what did he...
Donald Driver?
I'm just
throwing
it out there.
Donald Driver would probably say he made me a better wide receiver.
So that's my problem with
it. He did.
Like, I'm not... Listen, he's a dog. He's one of the best in the game. No argument about it.
Mm-hmm.
I think Jeff kind of said it. They need each other. A good quarterback needs a good receiver, just like a good receiver needs a good quarterback.
But what's the need to say that? Like, what prompted that? Was there somebody poking at him?
Well, he's probably tired of everybody saying. It's like the Tom Brady, Bill Belichick shit.
We all know
Brady was tired of hearing oh, you can't win without Belichick. Okay, let's go. Year one, we win.
Right. Where was Belichick?
And I'm not saying Devontae doesn't need.
Yeah.
I believe Devontae Adams needs Aaron Rodgers to have success? Obviously not. No. He was still an all-pro, right? No.
I think they're both elite.
But I'm just saying, I think,
when they were together, they were dangerous.
Yeah.
Now, was Devontae dangerous last year? Yeah, he had times. But he also got lost in that offense several times. What's going to happen now? Well, Jimmy Garoppolo can't throw down the field.
We'll see.
Yeah.
He never has.
I'm just saying, I just feel like I'm with Jeff. I think they go hand in hand. I'm sure he was tired of saying, you're not elite without Rodgers. Well, that's bullshit. And whoever's saying that's a fucking idiot.
Agreed.
Yeah. So if that's where
I didn't say it, I'm not a fucking idiot.
If that's where it came from, then okay. But
I think that's where it came from when I read that article.
Yeah, and maybe it is.
He's sick of people saying that.
Yeah, well, I would be too.
I'm sick of you saying things.
I don't think. I don't think that's throwing shade.
No, I don't think so at all. I think that Aaron Rodgers would probably be cool.
Well, he'd probably say Devontae didn't make him.
Yeah, exactly. No, I think he's just fine coming out and saying that. I don't think it says anything about his character. I think that he's sick and tired of people saying stupid stuff.
Well, and here's the deal. They don't play together anymore.
Right.
We've already been a whole season without them playing together.
And he had a very good season.
Move on.
Yeah.
It's not a topic.
Very, very good at Fresno State.
Well, I'm just saying it's not a discussion to have anymore. No. They don't play together. They haven't played for a year.
Right.
Move on.
Yeah.
We're making issues that aren't issues.
And Tom Brady, move on. Okay?
Yeah, he's not
He
coming
just
back
bought
to
the
it.
women's basketball team or something
Yeah,
like that.
so why are we even having discussions about purchasing the Las Vegas Raiders in a non-operational, like basically he can't do anything?
It was the WNBA team. It wasn't the Raiders. I guess Davis owns the girls' women's basketball
they're
team.
in partnership already on that.
On the Raiders?
There is another one that was put out that he wanted stake in the Raiders.
Oh, I mean, we can won only once. But
No,
they gonna give it to him?
because he has the partnership with Davis, they were talking. They were in conversations, and I'm like, okay, he's never given up football operations. This guy, like, look at who his dad was.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Like, why? If you really want an NFL team, go buy somebody cheap.
Right.
Like, but the Commanders just sold for $6.5 billion.
What's cheap in
Billion.
the NFL?
Billion.
Nothing. Fucking quarterbacks make $600 million
Matt
a year,
Ryan-
it seems like.
Matt Ryan's going to the booth, but he's still available if any teams need him. Just if you need him, he's available.
Dolphins may need him if we get crippled again. So,
Jesus,
yeah.
I might go like
And
Nick
on that
Foles
note-
before.
Yeah, I would not
On
go
that
Matt
note, before we leave, let's shout out Madera High Coyotes. It's Central Section Baseball Playoffs. We're all alumni.
Yeah, our high school
They're
team.
at home against Centennial. All of you that are listening, you're not going to know that they're going to play in an hour.
Yeah.
But I hope you were there to support them. Fill the stands, Coach Underwood.
And if you listen
Good
from
luck.
somewhere that's not around here, that's our
high school.
alumni.
Yep.
And we're rooting for them. So go Yotes.
I do have something real quick.
What do you have?
I said it like this to you earlier on the phone. How do we feel? How do we feel about Martha Stewart on the Sports Illustrated Swimsuit Edition cover spread? She's 81.
Dude.
Burns, watch.
Burns. Watch your lips.